Buddy, glad you're with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So, almost ready to get underway. And on the hill here today, Andrew Painter. What do you look for here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
And the batter is George
Springer.
Springer.
Afternoon for Toronto, the designated hitter, George Springer.
And that's downstairs. And away we go this afternoon. Next offering is in for a strike. And he hits a ground ball right side. Steps on first for the out. Addison Barger next up for the Blue Jays.
The right fielder, Addison Barger.
Barger, 25 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2018. And it's even up. 1 out, base is empty.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Real Muto up with it. Fires to first. And it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Throws to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. And we're back. And today's starter, Max Scherzer.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Bottom of the first. And now, Trey Turner. That's through there for a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Outside with a breaking ball. In the air, center field. Varsho moving under it. Makes the catch for the out. And Kyle Schwarber will come up.
Designated hitter.
He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Here's a 1-1. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. In the air, left field, down the line, and it falls. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Bryce Harper stands in now and watches strike 1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. 1 out and a runner at second. Not close with that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. cut on and lifted in the air. Dives, and he can't hang on. Throw into third, in there safely.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Really not a pitch you want to swing at if you don't have to, because it's almost impossible to hit anything that far inside with any type of authority. That one tied him up, but still able to guide it into the outfield somehow.
And another ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
That one missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Scherzer deals. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. First pitch misses. Schwarber, the runner at third. Harper at first. 2 out of the inning. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Coming home. Across is the runner from first. It's 2-zip.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So runner at second, 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Throw to first. That completes the strikeout. Inning over. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Painter back to work. That's off the mark, and it's 1-0.
1 ball, no strike.
That's a little bit low.
2-0.
Next pitch misses. 3-0. Foul ball there. And now it's filled up.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Ranging back. And out of here. He made him pay for that one. It's 2-1. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And that drops in for a strike.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Line drive, hauls it in, and there's one away. Jesus Sanchez next up for the Blue Jays. And that's in for a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
That one in the dirt, and now it's even 1-1. And there's a ball. One down, base is empty. On the ground, right side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. He beats the throw, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first.
Number 25.
Down the third baseman. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Tying run is at first here at the top of the second. Close, but called a ball. Ball two.
2 balls, no strike.
Swing and a miss. That one at 1-0-1.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
And that one is lifted in the air. And there are 2 down. Here's Andres Jimenez. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
In the air, left field, and that is that. Ready to go for the last half of the inning.
Phillies,
This is Bryson
second
Stott.
baseman, Bryson Stott.
Max Scherzer back to work. That one's in there. 0-1.
Ball one.
Makes the sliding stop to first. And they get the out. It'll bring up JT Real Muto. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Next offering is in for a strike. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Got him swinging. Johan Rojas stands in for the Phillies. And that's outside. Ball one.
1-0.
This to third. Fires over to Guerrero. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. And we're back. Top half of the third inning. Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Let's go, Andrew. Swing.
And that is out of play. And the 0-1. Slider misses outside. Next offering way off the plate. Pulls that one foul. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Some high cheese for strike three.
Up next to the Blue Jays.
Here's George Springer. Grounded out his first time.
Springer.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Misses inside, and that is ball one.
Strike two.
And that's outside.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Touches down. That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
At the plate, Addison Barger out to center. Rojas brings it in, and there's two down. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Rounded out his first time up.
Guerrero Jr.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Ball misses. Real Muto throws, not in time. It's a stolen base.
Strike. Woo. 1-1.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Headed for the plate. The throw in. It's off the mark, and he scores. It's 2-2.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Varsho, the next to hit, takes ball one.
Ball. No strike.
Swing and a ground ball. Stott over to first in time. Third out, and that ends the frame. Set for the bottom of the third. Here's Trey Turner. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Barger makes the catch, and there's one down. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. 1-for-1 with a double and a run scored.
Schwarber.
Check swing of the first pitch. Look down to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. And now the 0-1. Swings through that high fastball.
Really consistent release point. He's been able to pitch up and down and have excellent command in both locations.
And takes low for ball one.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
That one not close. It's 2-2. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug. No question about it. Oh, diving stop from his knees. The throw. It's there, and that's a great play.
Now batting, first baseman, Bryce Harper.
Here comes Bryce Harper. 1-for-1 with a single so far. And a foul ball. There's a swing and a miss.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt. Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. Marsh makes the grab, one down. Jesus Sanchez next up for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. 0-1. Sanchez goes 6 feet 3 inches, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And that one wrapped foul. Got him. That K is his third of the game. Here's the third baseman. He's 0 for 1. In the air, out towards right center. Rojas on the move, makes the grab on the run. And that is that. Bottom 4. Now it's the cleanup hitter for the Phillies. Alec Bohm. Max Scherzer goes to work. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Sanchez ranging after it. He's there. He's got it. And there's one away. Brandon Marsh now at the plate.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
One down, base is empty. Outside with a breaking ball. Stays alive.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
And a base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
He was all over that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi. Marsh over at first with one away. Scherzer to first. And he's back in safely. So a substitution needed at first because of the injury. Coming in as a pinch runner, Otto Kemp. And there's a strike. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he went inside a couple of times and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Batter, number 5.
And now for the Phillies, Bryson Stott. First pitch, and he just misses.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Line drive, base hit right field. The relay, not in time. He's safe.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Here's JT Realmuto. In there at the knees. It's 0-1. The other way, and foul ball. So here's Scherzer. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. We go to the top of the fifth, and now here is Andres Jimenez. Painter back to work. Hit in the air, left field, settles underneath it. Drops into the glove, one away. Now here is Ernie Clement. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Makes the grab, 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup, George Springer will hit next. 1 for 2.
George Springer.
Let's go, Phillies.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
Whoa.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And that skips in the dirt.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
In plenty of time to first, and that is the inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and digging in for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. Just missed.
Well, these Phillies, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 2-1. And that's too high.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Swing and a miss. And now 3-2.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit. Slightly up, slightly in.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
On the ground, and that's just foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Barker makes the grab, one away. So the batting order turns over. Here's Turner now. Both 2 in this one. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
And a breaking ball misses outside. Out to short. Jimenez gets it to first. Turner is out. So digging in, Kyle Schwarber.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Way back there. That's long gone. A solo shot. And that gives him the lead. It's 3-2. So 2 down. And here's the first baseman, Bryce Harper. Strike on the inside corner. Two down, base is empty, but 1 run across. Last half of inning number 5. Next offering way upstairs. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And they'll do it again. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's a high chopper, and that's a foul ball. Scherzer winds, kicks, fires. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And now for the Jays, Addison Barger. Splits the plate, strike 1. Called strike right there. Pitch in the dirt. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strike.
That one missed.
2 balls, 2 strike.
Strike 3, got him swinging. He's notched 4 strikeouts
Up
now.
next for the Blue Jays,
Vladimir
the first
Guerrero
baseman,
Jr. now.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladdy needs just 1 hit to reach 200 for the season. Just off the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident. And there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. That's outside. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. He's already homered in this game.
Varsho.
Swing and a ball drilled center field. Hauls it in to end the inning.
Now pitching for
Out of the
Toronto,
bullpen for the Jays, Brandon
number
Fisher.
63.
Pretty tight game, so
Brandon
they're looking for quality
Fisher.
pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well,
Leading
1-run
up
game,
for the
and
Phillies,
now Alec
the third
Bohm.
baseman, Alec Bohm.
Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. And a swing and a miss.
1-1.
Late on that fastball.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Outside. The count now 2-2. Liner, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. Kind of got it off the end of the bat, but he gets that knock because he was willing to go with the pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Otto Kemp, the next to hit, takes ball one. And another ball. Next pitch is outside.
Reno.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Boom. Aboard here at first with nobody out.
Let's go, Phillies.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
And that one hammered. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. And it's even better when it gets you extra bases. Love looking in at your dugout and seeing the guys fired up.
Next offering upstairs.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at-bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Missed inside with the curve. That one the other way. Oh, he gloves it.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Stop. In the box now. No balls and a strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Swings through that one out in front that time. On the ground to third. To first, and he beats it. JT Realmuto steps in. Golden opportunity
now
right here.
The catcher, JT Realmuto.
That's in there. 0-1.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score two. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Hit in the air, left field. Sanchez gets under it. Squeezes it, and that will end the inning. Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Brad Keller.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Well, one-run game, and here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
No,
that's a little bit high. And the count is 1-2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close
2-2
as it gets.
Next offering way upstairs. And Captain Kirk goes down on strikes. So up next, Jesus Sanchez.
Now batting.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Swings through that one. 0-1. Keller,
One
a
strike.
6'5 righty, 29 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2017. One down, base is empty. That misses. 1-2 to count. And that just misses.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Caught him looking for the K. Now the third baseman.
The batter, number 25.
Not even close there. 1-0.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Let's go, Phillies.
2 outs. That's in there. And it's 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Swings through it for the K. And he strikes out the side in the 7th. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Brendan Little.
Now
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Trey Turner at the plate.
For the Phillies,
for 3 in
the
this
shortstop,
one.
Ray.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases
That's a ball.
and pick up a run.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Check
2 balls,
swing,
1
no
strike.
appeal. Next offering is fouled back. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 3. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Good job to fight that one off. And a payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to
Now
help him out
batting,
and make a
the
call with that
designated
last
hitter,
pitch. But
Kyle
neither happened. Close pitch, but a good
Schwarber.
take to earn that walk.
Schwarber stands in now and watches strike 1.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street.
Turner runs. Pitch is low. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
You know Trey Turner is a threat to steal. You can't let it be that easy for him.
Left-hand hitter waits. And now 2 balls and a strike. Runner at second, nobody out. On the ground, right side. The throw to first. Schwarber out of the play. Here is Bryce Harper. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. Ground ball right side, and he takes it himself for the out. And now it's Alec Bohm.
Third baseman, Alec Bohm.
And ball one. Now he breaks his bat. Slings to first. That's the inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jose Alvarado.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, 1-run game. Now it's the shortstop, Andres Jimenez. Look out down there.
Let's go, Phillies.
Well, 2-0.
Let's go, Phillies.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Tap to first. Harper. And he handles it himself for the out. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in a ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
And he takes one right on the black. And it's 0-1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And a count 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Garcia tracks it down for the out. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Fought off foul. Holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Next offering is fouled back.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Now pitching for
back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Tyler Rogers. Here's the left fielder, Otto Kemp.
The left fielder, Otto Kemp.
And the first offering, a fastball for a strike.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
Hey, Phils, come on.
Next offering is down low. That one just misses. Off
Three
the mark
balls,
there.
two
Counts
strikes.
full, 3-2. Right through there, got him. One away.
Now batting, right fielder.
And now for the
Adolis.
Phillies, Adolis Garcia.
Garcia.
Take it to him. Come on, Phillies.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2.
That
That's a
misses, and that's ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. On the ground to third, and that one handled. Throws across the diamond. 2 up, 2 down.
Now
Bryson
batting,
Stott
the second
stands in
baseman,
for the Phillies.
Bryson
1 for 3.
Stott.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
2 down, nobody on. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Softly hit to third. Fires over to Guerrero. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Yohan Duran.
I think closer has to be one of the
Now
toughest
pitching
jobs
for
in
the
baseball,
Phillies.
and we see a pretty high
Number
turnover
59.
rate because of it. Every outing
on.
seems to be high
Come
pressure,
on.
this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get
Leading
himself
off
a
the
save.
bottom, The right fielder.
Well,
Addison
1-run game.
Barger.
Now the number 2 hitter, Addison Barger. Outside low, ball 1. Facing a closer that delivers big-time velocity.
Well, normally against a big arm with this kind of velocity, you look for the ball down because the fastball up is a little hard to catch up to, but he's shown really good plate discipline by not offering at that last pitch down.
Swing and a miss. And a count is 3-1. And a strike right through there. That one in triple digits. Ball 4, he walked in. And that keeps things going.
They're not ready to go home quite yet.
Now batting.
No
the
outs,
first baseman,
runner at
Vladimir
first. And now the
Guerrero
first baseman,
Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That clips the zone. 0-1.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen, so hard to play catch-up. One-run
game here in the top of the 9th. And that one is in the dirt. Going to count 1-2.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Dalton Varsho. He's already homered here in this one. First offering, and it just misses. A 1-run lead here at the top of the 9th. That one at triple digits. And fouled off. That one just misses. 2-2.
That's a really good take.
Next offering is downstairs.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it. Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
So the tying run in scoring position now. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, he's already in some trouble, and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage against a guy like this.
He's got it, and there's 2 away. So they're down to their final out. Jesus Sanchez, the next to hit, trying to deliver is the hero.
Sanchez.
First pitch misses.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Phillies hold on to win a nail-biter, stranding the winning run on base.
That looked like the pitcher was getting into a little trouble there, but quickly brought out a pitch that isn't what most hitters are looking for with that great velocity. But it was really good movement on the changeup and a nice win today.